It's not easy to defend William because there is nothing that you can write good, that you can write home about, be it corruption, be it the breakdown of the rule of law, be it the question of reckless statements that he makes as a purported statesman. It's not easy to defend William Ruto. And therefore, chances are that they will throw words left and right to make sure that they silence individuals who hold a contra view. So we understand them. But the most important thing is to understand that we have a country that we want to redeem and rescue from this regime. That is the biggest the engagement that we currently have. And if they feel that the united opposition is worthless, is rudderless and planless, it shouldn't bother them. They should actually be happy that they are dealing with individuals who do not actually understand themselves. They don't understand what they are saying. They don't understand what they are doing. If I were them, I would actually advise William Ruto to actually encourage the existing situation and circumstances in the united opposition, because to me, a planless individual, rudderless individual, mtu ambaye hana akili, would not really pose a big threat to Mr. William Ruto. And therefore, the one-term reality or the one-term movement will never be real. I would encourage them to keep on encouraging the united opposition to remain in the situation of that situation of kukosa kujijua na kukosa kujielewa. That would be the best way to advise Mr. William Ruto that wachana na hawa watu wakae hivyo hivyo bila kujielewa, bila akili, bila kujijua, kwa sababu it would be the best group that you can face. But when you feel, if you see a man in the name of a president who degenerates to name calling, and of course assisted by his surrogates, as depicted by the learned council and the most learned individual from the Nairobi University, Senator Chargei, then you understand the kind of the situation that the country needs finds itself in. Mr. Chargei, you need to, before you rescue William Ruto, you need to rescue yourself. You are a captive of your own imagination. You need to rescue yourself. Your ego will you need to rescue yourself from your ego and self-glorification. You need to rescue yourself, Mr. Chargei. If you do not, as we rescue William Ruto, we shall equally rescue. From where I'm seated, I am not able to foretell what Raila's thinking would have been, but of course I can tell what he would not have liked to happen. One of the things that he would not have liked to happen is that he would not have wished that Oburu Odinga would ever hold that position that he's currently holding. And of course, I go to the annals of history to cite the case when he was going for the chairmanship of the AU. While he knew that his brother is a senator and that is a blood brother, he chose not to appoint him as the acting ODM party leader, but conferred that responsibility on Professor Anyang' Nyong'o. My thinking is that Raila Odinga knew who Oburu Odinga is, and therefore could not have trusted the future of the party to him, knowing that he has no capacity or ability to make decisive decisions that will have some posterity for the party. That is the reason why he opted deliberately not to confer him with any position in ODM other than that of a spectator and close proximity to Raila Odinga. Number two, I have, before coming for these submissions, downloaded the ODM constitution, and I am referring to the provisions, that is Article 6.21, Article 6.22, the one that is establishing the national officials. One of the clause says clearly that in the event that the party leader is unable, first of all, it says that all national officials, other than the secretary for the parliamentary affairs, Secretary for Women Affairs, Secretary for Youth, and the Executive Director shall be elected by the National Delegate Conference. That is the principle. So that is to say, the party leader position can only be determined by the National Delegate Conference. Number two, it says, in the event that the party leader is unable to discharge of his or her duties by reason of physical or mental infirmity, death, resignation, or where he or she ceases to be a party member or a member of parliament, a special session of the National Delegate Conference shall be convened to elect a new party leader. That is a principle in the Constitution. That is therefore to say that Oburu Odinga currently cannot hold out, is holding out as a member, as the party leader. He's a fictitious party leader who is not conferred with that authority by the Constitution that he now purports to defend. Why? Because the Special Delegate Conference has not been called to confer him with that authority, has not conferred him with that authority to execute the functions that he's currently executing. What therefore that tells you, Dibal, is that any function
point of order,
presided
Ndegwa is
over
misleading the public. That is not our constitution.
Mr. Okango,
That is not our constitution.
You will have your time to rebut.
Sure enough.
You will have your time to rebut.
Sure enough.
You will have your time to rebut.
Sure.
That is to say, any function or action that is taken in presence of this ODM party leader imposter is a nullity, is void ab initio, is contaminated with illegality, it is ineffective, and as such, the resolution to purport to remove Senator Sifuna itself unlawful and void ab initio. You must ask yourself why it was necessary for Oburu Odinga to be conferred with that function. The reason is that Kasongo wanted a man or a woman whom he would have been able to manipulate so that he could, in one way or the other, purport to inherit the constituency that was previously held by Raila Odinga. And you remember that it is actually not the ODM party that appointed Oburu Odinga as the acting party leader. It is Kasongo himself. He was present during the announcement. Is Kasongo a member of ODM so as to be present in the unveiling of this imposter? It was obviously meant to make sure that ODM ends where it is today. And I agree fully with the submissions of Professor Naitule that come the next general election, this party will be a Luo party.